let's get this show on the road.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Veggieland Discord. And, well, today's video is gonna kind of be like a hot topic. Well, I don't know, but like I think 2 months ago, in fact, this is like one of the first 5 videos I made on the channel. I think the first 5, but made a video saying my thoughts on the Veggietales show, and overall, I did say a lot of positive stuff about it, but honestly, my thoughts on the Veggietales show have changed a lot since then, and I just wanted to give an updated version on it, because again, when I filmed that video, only 3 or 4 episodes were released by the time, but now they have 8 or 9, and there's a lot more negatives than positives now, and I'm going to explain them. Alright. So, at first, I thought the concept of the show was cool, but, once you really start watching it, you basically just realize that, it's a rip-off of The Muppet Show. I mean, it's literally The Muppet Show, but, dumb. You know, because, the Muppets are on stage, they did the performances. At least that's what I remember from seeing it. I haven't watched the show in a long time, but, I think even, I don't know, it made Phil Vischer make this, The Muppet Show. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think there was, I don't know what, I don't know if it was, producers or something that, thought it would be a good idea to, and asked Phil Vischer to make the Veggietales show, the Muppet Show, because honestly, that's pretty much what it is. The Veggietales show is, the Muppet Show too, but it's vegetables. And worse. I don't know what made Phil Vischer want to come up with this idea, and what made Phil Vischer make this? What? I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's pauses on the show. For the most part, the models are better than In the House and In the City. But what I will say though is that at least In the House had way better background models. I think the background models in the Veggietales show have been awful. The crowd, for example, is pretty bad. The stage crew, they animated pretty bad. Just and the lighting is pretty awful too. In the House is very bright, glistening, it's pretty good if you ignore the main character modeling. The show, the episodes are, at first, if you watch episodes at first, they're okay, but if you rewatch them over again, it just gets less and less and less replayable. I don't know why, but, I think the only rewatchable episode on the show so far, in my opinion, is probably The Best Christmas Gift. Other than that, all the other shows or episodes are either just flat out boring or just not rewatchable because the plots have been average. The Power of Love is pretty bad. But also the humor is just awful. Who thought that these lines were funny? Even the Mr. Lunch jokes on the show are pretty bad. It's just, and I don't like how they made it. And basically, the end of the episode is instead of having usually they either have Larry or other Veggietales characters learning the lesson at the end of the episode, but in this series, it's pretty much just Bob doubting them on something, and then the end of the episode, he's oh, you were right about that. Sorry, guys. This show is pretty much Bob. Bob learns the lesson. He learns the moral. He learns that he was wrong. Like, God, he's just been so annoying in this show. Like, he's like, guys, we have to start the show. We have to start the show. You know, it's like, oh, like, Bob's okay. Bob's cool, but like, why did they have to make it so like he learns a lesson every time? I thought that was Larry's job. Yeah, but Larry in this is like they literally made Larry smarter than Bob in the Veggietales show. That never happens. That never happens. And oh my lord, Mr. Knee there. No, I feel like honestly, like the voice actor changed, and I think honestly it stayed the same. Like I think I've gotten used to the new actor, but I still think Phil Fisher should have stayed the actor. But like, Mr. Neezer on the show, basically no, not Mr. Neezer, Mr. Nezer. Mr. Nezer on the show is basically like, you better start the show, or else it's gonna be late. You better start the show, like. Doesn't he have anything else to say or do? I mean, I could be wrong. Like, I haven't seen every single episode of this Veggietales show, but like, I think I've only haven't seen like one or two. I think only one. Oh, I mean, I can't be judging here. And they also changed up how instead of Larry reading the thing, I had Petunia read it. Now, I mean, at least that means that, like, they gave Petunia an actual role, because that's, like, her only role in the show. Like, other than that, she's, like, super useless. Like, honestly, they should have just kept her off the show and just have Larry still read the thing, because it was overall better when Larry did. And because Petunia's, like, Petunia's just Petunia. And then, Junior and Laura, Laura has barely been in the Veggietales show. I'm kind of glad by that, honestly. Junior has also barely been in the Veggietales show. Also pretty glad with that. But, like, why even have them in the first... Well, again, they were, like, the main core in the original Veggietales, and in the house, they were pretty big, too. I mean, I haven't really seen enough in the city, but it's just... I don't really have consistent roles in the characters. Like, they barely have Madame Blueberry either. They barely have Pa Grape. Like, I think his only major role was, like, in... I think the first and the fifth episode. But, yeah, but, like... Model-wise, like, I think they modeled the main characters way better, but I will admit I'm not a huge fan of Mr. Lunt's model, and Larry just looks like a green blob of snot. But like Bob looks okay, Petunia looks okay. They look whatever. I don't understand because the crowd, they have no hands, but somehow you hear clapping in the background in the end. Like, what? And it's sad because, like, this show had a lot of potential, especially with the improved modeling, but it's pretty much a Muppet Show ripoff. And honestly, it might even be worse than In the House. I mean, obviously there will never be anything worse than In the City, but I honestly think at this point In the House is better than the Veggietales show. Just because it was way funnier, had a lot more humor. Even some of the storylines are pretty good in that show, I'll admit. I'm not saying In the House is great, but honestly, I think it might be better than the Veggietales show. Like, it's still very early in the Veggietales show, but they need to step up their game, because, like, the only episode I would rewatch on that show so far is The Best Christmas Gift, which is the very first episode. And if they don't get their act together, then we're gonna have problems. And if the show keeps getting bad, because, like, I don't know how long the show would last anyway. I mean, even though I personally haven't been a huge fan of the show, like, the show's been gotten very positive reviews for the most part, which I know, well, not very positive, but like pretty positive. I mean, I think they're just glad that the models are better, but like, but honestly, I think the plot and the humor is way more important than the models. It's just, and on the house, I mean, not in the house. The Veggietales shows overall is overrated, pretty overhyped. Um, and that like at this point, I might even consider In the House underrated or overhated because like In the House has more likable qualities right now than VeggieTales show. And well, that's really all I have to go over. But you can check out the VeggieTales show if you want. But like, I would really only recommend like the first episode's good. The third episode's okay. Um, I think I don't know. It was like the fifth or the sixth episode, but like there's another okay episode, but nothing really special. It's just a overall mostly boring or annoying or not funny. Anyways, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed. And honestly, I shouldn't have made my other videos so soon, but I just did anyway. But you can go check out my original thoughts on the Veggietales show. I'll leave the link in the description, but I wouldn't really say there's a point in checking it out, but I might as well just leave it in case. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.